Student, good evening. Welcome to Unacademy. Welcome to Let's Crack UPSC Civil Service Examination with Unacademy, India's largest learning platform. With just one subscription, you'll be having access to unlimited number of videos. Unlimited number of videos which are prepared by the most revered, the top educators in the field. You name the subject, a top educator is present at an academy. This is a brief about me. I have been teaching UPSC aspirant for the past 11 years. With the pen name of Buddha IAS, I have written two books. One book with respect to all the second IRC reports at a place, and the second one according to UPSC syllabus. Before that, I have taught almost all the subjects of UPSC except history. This is my Telegram group, Telegram channel where I will be providing notes, and you can also connect with me through this link. Having said that, I asked you to get a subscription. Then a question may arise in you like what I will get from the subscription. Students, first and foremost, here we have got structured courses. What are these structured courses, you may ask? Structured courses are those which are based on the structure of UPSC syllabus and previous year questions. These courses are prepared by top educators in the field. By the top educators, they give the input, they analyze the trend, they guess what might be the question, they act into the psyche of the UPSC question paper setter. Along with these structured courses, we also have live tests and quizzes. Not only that, we have got daily live classes along with the recorded things. This live and recorded things will be for unlimited access. Then you may ask me, how do I get into the subscription? How do I subscribe? First thing what you have to do is downloading the Unacademy app. At Unacademy app, you are having many features which are not present, which are not known to others. Like you may be watching this one on YouTube. So at YouTube, you won't be having the correct idea of what exactly will be going on an academy. First, download the Learners app. After downloading, you will come to know the real magic where you will come to know the courses, who is teaching, who is the top educator there, what he is doing, what are the courses, now, future, present, his ratings, all these things will be available to you. The app is freely downloadable in Google Play Store and also Apple Play Store. There are more than 100 top educators. Say, for example, Roman Saini cleared UPSC and he got UPSC examination and got IAS in his first attempt. He was one of the youngest IAS officers. He's teaching at an academy. More than million views already, watch minutes. And you know Brunal Patel sir, like if if you are a serious aspirant, by this time you know who is Brunal sir. Not only that, Sudarshan, Arora sir, many even ex-civil servants will be giving you the guidance for cracking the civil service examination. Next, as I told you, we have got more than 15,000 courses. I'm very carefully using the word courses. 15,000 courses, my dear friends. These are not videos. These are not videos. These are courses. These 15,000 courses will cover the syllabus in a comprehensive way. From preliminary till interview, every step will be covered. history, geography, polity, economy, environment science, mental ability, logical reasoning, comprehension, English, essay writing, NCRT, all these things. For all this, we are having more than 100 courses already. And also many more coming up. Dozens are in the offing. Primarily, we have got two kinds of subscription. One is plus and another is iconic. If you are like very new to the preparation, then iconic subscription will be good for you. The only difference here is with respect to personal coaching, personal mentorship will be there, where a personal coach will be assigned to you. He will guide you through the things. For 1 year under plus subscription, you'll be having access to all the live videos, recorded videos, test series, unlimited practical tests, structured courses, all these things. With my promo code, if you are a student who is preparing, who has just prepared, with my promo code, go for 2 year subscription. It will be just 3,000 per month then. If you are using my promo code, it will be still lesser, 2,700 rupees. Under iconic subscription, we don't have 1 month, 2 month plan. Minimum, because there is a personal bondage, personal rapport thing which establishes over a period of time. It cannot be done for 1 month, 2 month. So we have got 1 year subscription, 2 and 3. I strongly recommend 2 year subscription if you are going for iconic. With my promo code Buddha IAS, you will be getting all the things done just for 96,000 for 2 years, my dear friends. 2 years with a personal coach, you are getting for only 96,300. Having realized the importance of optional subject, we have been teaching optional subjects, almost all the optionals of UPSC, at a very remunerative price. For 1 year, with my promo code Buddha, you will be charged just 24,750 rupees. Means just 2,063 rupees per month. If you are going for 2 years, then it will be just 1,500 rupees with my promo code. My dear students, what are you waiting for? Get a subscription. Don't stay behind. Stay ahead. Be with Unacademy. Be a winner. Having said this, let us start our class. Today, I'll be dealing with three important concepts. They are government, good governance, ethical governance. In this government, also I'll be covering because your understanding of governance cannot be complete without the concept of government. Here, I have taken all the material, I have taken all the things from second ARC. So I have marked in green. But with respect to government, I have taken only half of the things are from second ARC. Rest of the things, everything, I have not touched any other source for this. Because second ARC is having lot of informations. I feel that you have to read, and that is the reason I am putting up all the things which second ARC has given with respect to these concepts: governance, good governance, and ethical governance. And my dear students, I know like you lack clarity about these concepts. In fact, when I was a student, I was lacking clarity. I was not aware. Like I used to read many times what is good governance. It's not like then an academy was not there. In fact, in even Google was to limited extent. YouTube, all these things was not at all there. Many of the institutions National institutions which you are talking of, they came after 2010. We were not having the free access. I was just confused on those days. Not only even I, though I had books, even though I asked the teachers, my seniors, they never clarified me. I used to ask, what is this government? What is this governance? What is this ethical governance? What is this good governance? Having said that, let's begin. Here, as we always do, first we have to look into our ethics syllabus, what they have given. Afterwards, we can go into depth. First thing here is with respect to the topic of government. It is mentioned in chapter 6. It is mentioned as ethical concerns and dilemmas in government. And in chapter 7, information sharing and transparency in government. These are the only two topics where the term government is mentioned. So you have got the concept of government in two places. These are these two. Next, governance. In fact, one of the most repeated word in your whole syllabus is ethics. It is repeated 9 plus 1, 10 times. Next to that is governance. Governance is repeated 5 times. One with respect to the application of emotional intelligence concepts. Second, accountability and ethical governance. Third, strengthening of ethical and moral values in governance. Fourth, corporate governance. Fifth, probity in philosophical basis for governance. Probity in governance. There also it is there. If you take that also, the heading probity in governance, under 6 headings it has been mentioned. My dear students, I'll ask you a question. What is government? Whenever like someone says government, what is the common parlance with which you use? What is government? Generally, please tell me. What is government? Where you have come across? In the news channels, in talking, according to you, government includes whom? Are the judges part of government? Are our legislatures part of the government? Are the executive only Modi ji and his council of ministers are part of government? What is government? Government is a system or group of people governing a country. The most authentic, the most simple, the gist of the thing I am keeping in front of you. A system or group of people governing a country is government. Then what does government consist of? Government consists of these three: legislative, executive, and judiciary. Many also add another institution, some institutions like the constitutional bodies like election commission, controller and auditory general, because all these things are not represented by legislature, executive or judiciary, then aren't they important? Some books mention like this also. So government consists of primarily the three branches, that is legislature, executive, judiciary. But some refer this to directly to only executive branch in our common parlance, in fact. What is the difference between legislature, executive, and judiciary? Do you find any difference between these terms? Or are they common? Are they same? What is the difference? Separation of powers you have got. So here I mentioned three branches. Why they are made? What is the importance of these things? Why all these things legislature, executive, judiciary things are not given to a single body. So I will give you an analogy for this one. Why you will realize and you will appreciate the thing. Say for example, there is a like any game. Say for example, cricket. Here, one person will make the rules. Like one group will make rules, and another group will play, and another group acts as a umpire, referee. Is this clear? Some person is making rules, so but this person won't be playing. The other person will be playing. This person won't be making rules or is not umpire. The other person will be just umpire. You won't make the rules or you won't play. Don't you feel this is a fair thing? Because otherwise, if all these things are present in a single individual, the player, the rule maker, and the umpire, if it is given to single body or single group of people, or if it is vested in a single person, won't you think there is a chances of misuse of power? Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. This is true. A person without power, somehow the chances of him thinking of corruption also very less. Give him power, then you will come to know what exactly he is. So I gave you the example of cricket where rules are made by someone, the gang, and someone will be playing, executing things, and other will be umpire. Here, judiciary acts as a person who is acting as umpire. Legislature makes policies. These policies are implemented by the executive. So a person making policy is different. The person who is executing those things is different. And a person who sees whether these policies are properly executed or not, or the policies are properly within the framework of the constitution is not, the judiciary. What is the difference between legislature and executive? Let me give you and ask you a question. Number one. Now, think that BJP is ruling. BJP MP, can we call him as a executive? What is he? BJP MP. What is he? Second one, Congress MP. What is he? Because this is one of the very silly mistake where students don't have the clarity. Then third one, say for example BJP. In that our Modi ji PM. Among this, who are executive? Who are legislature? Please let me know. My dear students, I'll give a simple formula for you. Executive means only minister. Executive means only minister. BJP MP, he is not a minister. If he is not a minister, he is not executive. Is it clear? Congress MP is not executive. Both of them are legislature. PM, Prime Minister, first among the ministers, is a executive. PM and Council of Ministers is executive. Is this clear for you guys? Similarly, CM and Council of Ministers with respect to state. Then you may ask me like why these three branches? Don't you feel there is a lot of difficulty in management, three groups? It would have been better if all these things are given to one single person. No. This has been proved wrong. As I said, and I repeat again, power corrupts. Power corrupts. If you give power, definitely it will corrupt you. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. So what we are doing? So if this is the power, we are dividing this power among the three. One is acting as a check on the other, and at the same time, in their own spheres, they are independent. No interference in day-to-day activities. Power is divided, and in their own spheres, they are independent. Is this clear? But when others, once one of the branch trespasses or try to exert more power than the other, or assimilate other duties, other responsibilities, other powers, then the other branches acts as checks. Is this clear? Based on the principle of separation of powers, based on the principles of checks and balances, we have got three branches of government. Government doesn't mean only executive. Government means all the three branches. Some even add the constitutional bodies also. This is clear. So the same thing here. Separation of the powers. Government is divided into branches, each with separate independent powers and responsibilities, so that power of one branch is not in conflict with those of other branches. In its own sphere, it is independent. It is having its own responsibility. Say for example, judiciary. Judiciary is important, and also it is independent. Even the administrative things, the recruitment things with respect to judiciary are looked after by the judiciary itself. Similarly, the legislature and the executive. Legislature have their own privileges, and the executive. Here, it is said that among the three branches, among the three branches, if we give, think, like you are given the choice. See, there are three branches are there. You want to give some extra power to some branch. Then which branch will you prefer? You have to give. You have to make the decision. Then they say that if you give little extra power to judiciary, it will be okay. I'm talking about the only hypothetical thing. In separation of the powers and in government, all are equal. Is this clear? There are like some different constitutions like Britain and others are there where legislature is superior. In general and also in our Indian scenario, all the branches have equal power. All the branches are equal. Is this clear? At the same time, we also have the principle of checks and balances. Checks and balances. Each branch has the power to limit or check the other two, which creates a balance between the three separate branches of the state. We have got legislature, executive, and judiciary. If, say, for example, judiciary, appointment of the higher judiciary is somehow in the hands of legislature and executive. By this way, there is check and balance. If the legislature pass any laws violating the fundamental rights or violating the basic structure of the constitution, Supreme Court squashes and says that this is null and void. Is this clear? This principle induces one branch to prevent either of other branches from becoming supreme, thereby securing political liberty. Did you get the concept why all these things? So, these three branches are created based on the principle of separation powers and also to have checks and balances. Another like equally misunderstood concept is dual polity. We have got dual polity. What do you mean by dual? Means we have got two parallel governments, my dear. Two parallel governments. Say for example, we always like we think that India. So in India, somehow if you take your state, we all like if you think this as a country, India, we almost assume like okay, Delhi, things like the states in this way. But when it comes to government, you can't imagine like this. You can't say that this is central government and this is state government. These are state government. No, this is wrong. You have to have separate thing. This is the constitution. This is central government and this is state government. Each have legislature, executive, judiciary. Each have legislature, executive, judiciary. Is this clear? State government is not within the central government. Please remove this from your mind. They are different entities. They are separate because constitution has directly given power to the states as it has given to the center. This is the reason why we call this as a federal polity. Here dual polity, two governments are there, two parallel government. Central in its own sphere acting on union list. This will be acting on state list. Is this clear? Any doubt with respect to those things? In federalism, constitution, constitution directly gives powers to the states. Powers are not derived from the center. Like some students also have doubt. Sir, then in unitary form of government, won't we have structures like state, district, all these things? Definitely you will be having there. Those will be for administrative convenience. Definitely it will be there. But there, the state or the union or the counties, they derive power. They derive power from the central government, not from the constitution. They are not independent. Is this concept clear? Any doubt with respect to these things? Okay. Since this like nearly 50% of the things cover governance, civil service, public administration, I'm covering these things. Otherwise, if you don't have idea of these things, you can't answer the questions. So this is government. Then this is one of the important aspect which is often confused. We have got laws, rules, regulations, and conscience as a source of ethical governance. What do you understand by these things? First and foremost, my dear friends, Constitution is superior. Constitution is superior. Constitution is the fundamental law. It is the law of the land. Law of the land. It is the mother law. It is the basic law. Is this clear? Constitution clarifies the distribution of the power, the extent of power, the administrative system, the manner, every procedure, everything. And Constitution is supreme. Why Constitution is supreme? One of the main reason for this is it is created by people. People are sovereign. People are sovereign means they are all powerful. There is nothing above people. Why? Because people are the one who have made this constitution. So people have got the highest power and they have created constitution, and constitution is the basic law. What is constitution? Constitution is the law, but it is a basic law, fundamental law, the mother law from which all laws come from. Is this clear? Next comes your laws. These are created by your representatives, that is legislature. Legislature makes laws, are also known as acts. This will be called as statutory. Statutory backing, statutory organizations means those which are created by the legislature, both the house of the parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. The bill has to be passed by these two and also give the signature of the governor. So governor in the state and president at the center. Then it becomes a law or act. This is clear. So who makes laws or acts? It is the legislature. Then comes the rules. These rules are made by the executive. They are known as also executive resolutions. Is this concept clear? If a law is made, if the also known as act means anything you come with a thing like environmental act. Environment act means it is made by your legislature. Your Modi ji has to just follow. Modi ji, what he has to do? Just follow that. He cannot violate that. Under the environment protection law, to make the things clear and to give to for the administrative purpose all these things, the executive makes rules, the environment rules. Then after rules, bylaws, like that. Is this clear? The concept is very very important. Many students misunderstand these things. Laws, anything, if it comes, if you find the term laws or acts, then it is created by the legislature. Anything ending with rules, something like that, then it is created by the executive. The laws made by the legislature have to be followed, have to be implemented by the executive. There is no other go. Rules cannot violate the laws and the constitution, and the laws cannot violate the constitution. Is this clear? Any doubt with respect to these things? If you have any doubt, please let me know. Next, you have another important thing. Governance is an act of collectively solving our problem. This is a very, very important thing. You internalize this thing. Say what they are saying. What is governance? Governance is an act of collectively solving our problem. Very important, very famous definition of the term. If someone asks you what is governance, you ask someone like who is preparing, they won't be able to provide the definitions. In fact, the concepts are not clear for them. You internalize this definition. Still, it's still many points are there to come. What is governance? Governance is the act of collectively solving our problems. Means government is a process. It's an act. Then what is government? Government is the instrument we use. Very authentic information. So to solve our problems, we use one instrument, that is government. So what is the take home? Government is a structure or instrument. Governance is a process. Is this clear? You internalize these things. This you have to use in many places. The instrument is outdated, so it is time to make it. For the purpose of governance, we made use of government first. This government instrument is not working properly. So it's time to remake. It's time to modify it. Is this concept clear? Governance is the act of collectively solving our problems. For this, we are using government, and this instrument is not working properly. So, what is the way out? So, we have to remake it. Is this clear? Is this concept in the same line? We don't need more government. We don't need more government. We don't need this structure everywhere, present everywhere. We don't want government everywhere. Then what we need? We need governance. We need more. We don't need more government. Say for example, wherever you go, government functionary, government things. No, we don't want that. We need more governance. We need better government. To be precise, we need better governance. I repeat this. The instrument, the government is not working properly. It is the time to remake. We don't need more government. We need better government. To be precise, we need better governance. What is governance? Governance is the act of collectively solving our problem. What is government? Government is the instrument we use for that. Is this clear? So you internalize this slide. Very, very powerful. And in this regard, this is the argument which is going on. This is the reason for liberalization, globalization, all these things, privatization, LPG. This is the reason why they are advocating for minimal state, retreating of the state. Minimal state means the state which they say should concentrate only on the functions like law and order, enforcing the contracts, seeing that the citizens are not hurt, no theft is there. Minimal state. Because in fact, government has failed, miserably failed. I still remember those days when we used to go to banks in the public sector banks. Then we were not having private sector banks. Almost it used to take minimum half day to get the money. Post office. See, is post office that efficient? Amazon is delivering free of cost. Now, according to you, Amazon is more efficient or your post office? It has a huge history of 100 years. It has a huge structure, huge personal present there. We don't want more government everywhere. We want better governance. So this is advocating for the retreat of the government. Government, go back to the areas only where it is needed, like law and order, all these things. Wherever market is efficient, give that to market. Give contracts. Is this concept clear? Okay. In this line, second IAS says that law of subsidiarity should be followed. Very good. My dear students, this class, like it will be like little more of public administration, polity and governance things. But it is inevitable because half of this syllabus, as I have shown you, the term governance is used 6 times. No other time is used that much. So to have a better idea, I am taking the pain of giving you all the things like everything given in 15 ARC reports with respect to government. I am summing up and I am giving you. Second ARC says that law of subsidiarity should be followed by the government in our country. What is this law of subsidiarity? Very, very important. What is it? The central idea of subsidiarity. It just says that all the work which people can do should be given to people. The central idea of subsidiarity is that citizens as sovereigns and stakeholders in a democracy are the final decision makers. So they are saying that final decision making should be left to the citizen, to the people, not higher up by the government, central, state, minister. No, it should be left to the people. Citizens are also customers of all the service provided by the state. Citizens are also customers. Here, citizens should be treated as customers. How a like how a shopkeeper teaches treat us the customers in a very polite way. So citizens are to be treated as customers. They are customers. Citizen sovereign customer. Citizen is sovereign and also customer. Must exercise as much authority as practicable and delegate upward the rest of the functions which require economics of scale, technological and managerial capability or collective amenities. Is this clear? Very powerful word. This is by second RC. So please internalize these things. Not only here, like today, what all I will be teaching, it will be useful for your GS2 and also public administration. So, as far as possible, as far as possible, authority should be there with the people. Only when it needs like economies of scale, technology, managerial things, or collective amenities, then only it has to be delegated upward. Is this clear? Say, for example, army, military, distribution of public goods like water, sanitation, law and order. For those where economics of scale, technology, and managerial capabilities are required, where a individual or a citizen is not capable of doing those things, then only you have to delegate those powers upward. Otherwise, it has to be given to the people itself. The law of subsidiarity, very important. Exclusively, second ARC has given mentioned this one. In your answers, in case study or anywhere, you have to use this thing. Next. What is this definition? Though I have mentioned this as Oxford definition, it is mentioned in the second ARC report in the same way. Oxford Dictionary defines subsidiarity as a principle that a central authority should have subsidiary function, performing only those tasks which cannot be performed at a more local level. Means it is saying that central government should perform only those functions which cannot be performed at the local level. If your local government, your municipality, your panchayat, the people themselves, if they are capable of doing, then that function has to be allowed for them. Central authority should have only subsidiary functions. Means those things which were left which people cannot, which local bodies cannot. My dear students, this is there in most of the developed countries where counties, all these things, local things are very, very powerful. Example, Germany, France, very, very powerful. They, they have emerged into a autonomous kind of thing. This is the reason why even those small countries like Denmark, Netherlands, where cooperative is very, very strong, local government there, at the local level, the functions are performed at the local level. This is clear. I'll explain this still again once again properly. This is a very important concept. The function should be carried out closest to the citizens at the smallest unit of the governance. So all the functions should be carried to the closest to the citizens at the smallest unit of the government possible and delegated upwards only when local unit cannot perform the task. If local units like panchayat are capable of performing the task, then that task should be given to panchayat. If people themselves can perform the task, that should be given to the people. If the citizen delegates these functions, he cannot. Citizens should delegate only those functions which he cannot perform. If the citizen can perform those, he has to do them. If he cannot do that, delegate to community. That community, if it cannot discharge this function, let it pass on to local government. Then local government to the state government to the central, like that. The citizen delegates those functions he cannot perform to the community. The function that the community cannot discharge are passed on to the local governments in the smallest tiers, and so on. From smaller tier to the larger tiers. From the local government to the state government. From the state government to the union. In this scheme, the citizen and the community are the center of the governance. In this, the citizens are at the center, the community, the aggregation of the people are the center of the government. In place of traditional hierarchy where there will be ever enlarging, in hierarchy there will be ever enlarging concentric circles of government, and delegation is outward depending on necessity. Is this clear? So this is all about subsidiarity. Any doubt? So, like today, my slides will be containing more literature because I want to give exactly what second IRC has said. That is the reason, like I have made the slides little elaborate. Normally, I prefer very, very like less content in my slides. Since these are like from second IRC, I don't want to add anything extra, and I want to give what exactly the second IRC is saying and everything what second IRC has said. Okay. Governance. Now, let us discuss the concept of governance. What is governance? What did we study? Act of collectively solving our problem. After that, one of the most important and the most authentic definition is one given by second IRC. Governance means, second IRC says, anything which you do to maximize citizens' welfare. Increasing the citizens' welfare, maximizing the citizens' welfare is governance. Is this clear? This is a very simple, most authentic, contextual thing. Just you have to remember only one word, one or two word here. Welfare of citizens, welfare of people, maximizing citizens' welfare. Anything you do to increase, to maximize citizens' welfare, that is governance. Is this concept clear for you guys? What is governance? There are many definitions. I will touch upon those things also. But this is the most accurate because it is given by our own second ARC, which is a high level body. Like reforms for the whole country, it was suggesting. Just remember, because why I'm stressing this again and again is students are not internalizing the things. They're trying to memorize each and every topic. They are trying to by heart. My dear students, I too did this mistake. I always used to try for first rank every time. I used to think like one of my friend, like senior friend, he got second rank, Satyaprakash. So I always used to think, okay, I will get first rank. I have to like produce as it is given by the recommendations. That is not possible. That is a very very difficult thing. Say for example, in our own in this session itself, you will be coming across some 20, 30 things, definitions. Can you memorize them? No. Just for any definition, never ever try to memorize. It is not your LKG, UKG, not even 10th standard, where you will be having some few books where you by repetition you can memorize. No. Break up that concept, break up that definition, and decipher and make them into three or four or five words. Interconnect them. Make them easy to remember. See, what is governance? Just maximizing citizens' welfare is governance. That is the accurate definition given by second RC. My dear students, I am not using even a single word in these things. As it is given by second RC, I am putting all my slides till the ethical governance. I won't be using because these concepts are so abstract that many people they have written the way they want. This is clear. So one definition which you have to internalize is very easy one. I have picked this for you. Governance is primarily a series of service operations with the ultimate objective of maximizing citizens' welfare. Here, there is no need for you to have like primarily series of service operations with the ultimate objective of maximizing the welfare. Just anything done with the aim of with the objective of maximizing citizen welfare is governance, right? According to second years. Just you're not writing some you're not don't try to put in inverted commas, but according to second ARC, series of service operations which maximize the citizen welfare are called as is called as governance. Is this clear? Next definition. So according to Human Development Report, government entails the exercise of power or authority. So here what they are giving importance, they are here what they are saying is exercising power. Exercising power is the thing what they are looking for. Government entails the exercise of power or authority to manage a country's resources and affairs. So put them in a more concrete way. So according to Human Development Report, exercising power and authority, governance is the exercise of power and authority to manage country's resources and affairs. Just remember these four words: exercising power and authority to manage the resources and affairs. If you want the same lines according to Human Development Report, government entails the exercise of power or authority. This power and authority may be political, economic, administrative, or otherwise any power or authority to manage the country's resources and affairs. Is this clear? Exercise of power and authority is government. Anything in that anything may come. Not only politically, economic, and administrative, any otherwise other authority, other power, exercising them also. for managing country's resources and affairs is known as governance. Next, we have got UNDP, United Nations Development Program. According to this, government encompasses mechanisms, processes, and institutions. Just once again, one point of caution, my dear friends, don't try to remember all these things. Just have the cream of that. Why I am giving all these things? If like, I am not at all interested in giving these things because it will just confuse the things. But students want this, as I told, like integrity, and in the example, justice should not only be done, it should also appear to have we have done. So I should not only teach what I think UPSC want, and I should also teach what students want. They feel that Raghu Sir did not teach those things. He just said second ARC, where this UNDAP, all are using that one. Where is UNESCO definition? Sir, in fact, they will confuse. But have an idea, take the things, and just have only one definition for one thing. At the max two, don't go for extra thing. Understand the concept. See here, they are saying government enforces everything like mechanism, processes, institutions, whatever may be the institution, process, all these things, through which collective decisions are made and implemented. Here, two things you have to internalize: decisions, how the decisions with respect to decisions, formation, and implementation. All the mechanism, processes, and institutions involved in decision making and implementation constitute governance. This is clear. So, one like in with respect to second ARC, what you read with respect to second ARC, you read that everything, all the activities done for maximizing the welfare of the people. Here, what is the point mentioned here? Decision making and implementation. For this, mechanism, processes, institutions. Don't try to memorize this. You can add other things. For implement, your key thing is decision making and implementation. There is also another addition to this. Governance comprises of mechanisms, processes, and institutions through which collective decisions are made and implemented, comma, citizens groups and communities, citizen groups and communities pursue their vision, articulate their interest, exercise their legal rights, meet their obligation, and mediate their differences. This I still remember. When I was a student, I tried to remember all these things. I used to like forget. I used to make the changes. Like sometimes I used to use articulate vision, but it was given like articulate interest. Not the thing. Don't. There is no need to remember all these things. Just first point is with respect to decision making and implementation. Second is with respect to our visions, our interests, our rights, obligations, and mediating these differences. Everything with respect to those things, implementation of these things, and after that, everything related to citizens and its communities, societies, vision, interests, rights, obligations, differences. That is what they are saying. So, did you find any difference between government and governance? Did you find any difference? Please let me know what is that difference. And according to Justice Sabharwal, this is also given in second ARC. So, in one of the introductory speeches, Justice Sabharwal has made these things. See here, this is also very very powerful. In fact, he is simplifying the UNDP definition in his own way. So accordingly, here what he is saying is Governance simply means the process of decision making and the process by which the decisions are implemented. So one thing you have to utilize is decision making and implementation is governance. The act of governance involves the interface through which citizens mediate and interact with the government. So, what is the meaning of this? So, here we have got citizens. Here we have got state. State, don't go into the political jargon. State means here country or government. Here, the governance is acting as an interface. The act of governance involves the interface through which citizens mediate and interact with the state. It is the interface. Is this clear? Next, according to 10th plan, I just elaborate these things. According to 10th plan document, like previously when planning commission, all these things were there. Very, very authentic document. Government relates to the management of all such processes that in a society define the environment which performs and enables individuals to raise their capability levels on one hand and provide opportunity to realize their potential and enlarge the set of available choices. So everything with respect to raising the capability of the society, providing opportunity to realize their potential and enlarging the set of choices. Very important. Means here government is not only giving the things with what people want, and also opportunity to realize their potential, enlarge their choices, give them what they want. Choice, availability of choice. Car, don't give only Maruti 800. If someone is asking for BMW, give them. If it is making some pollution, tax him. So give choice. And also it is that government covers state, civil society and the market. This is very, very important. My dear students, just to conclude the things for you, if this is government, this is governance. It encompasses everything: civil society, market, NGO, non-governmental organizations, even like international organization, any private organization, all these things. Is this clear? Governance is a broader concept, and government is a part in that. Now, the concept of government has so encompassed and it has become so burst term that it has engulfed the terms like polity, government. See, now in your paper, ethics paper, they have just used two times government, but governance six times. Nowadays, they are not using the term polity. Administration also they are not using. Public administration they are not using. They are using the term governance. In fact, they have increased the horizons of public administration itself. Now, what they are saying is public administration is equal to governance. Latest paradigm of public administration is governance. Previously, it is defined, and in a classical way, it is defined public administration is the executive branch of the government. Public administration is concerned with the executive branch of the government, not even the whole government, only executive branch. Some used to say that in that, just with respect to those civil servants, it is concentrating. Now, from 1990s, the paradigm of public administration is governance. Means what all comes in governance, NGO, private sector, and all the organizations, they are the subject matter of public administration. But initially, in the classical way, they used to say public administration is the executive branch of the government and the focus is on bureaucracy. Okay, is the concept of governance clear? Governance means everything to increase the welfare of the people. All your government, polity, all NGOs, international organizations, civil society, market, all will be all it's all encompassing thing. In fact, it is the only term which is often used. It has replaced polity, public administration, political science, everything it has replaced to a greater extent. Nowadays, have you seen anywhere explicitly always using government? No. Whenever they have come to the word governance, okay. According to second ARC, there are some problems in governance. So, what are the problems in governance? Second ARC says that our main problem with respect to governance is adaptability. And then it says that we lack capabilities also. What are the problems of governance? According to second ARC, first problem of governance is our adoption. He gives the classical example of cockroach. He says that cockroach survived because it adopted. Dinosaur and cockroaches were present long before. Dinosaur did not adapt, so it vanished. Cockroach adopted, and that is the reason it is surviving. Second ARC has said that first government's problem is adaptation. We have to realize that government's monopoly has gone. Now, like government monopoly has gone, it won't come back. It cannot be any more available. Whatever may be the thing, in future, government won't get the monopoly it previously had. So, we must build 21st century Indian governance. We have to shake the orthodox. We have to break all these barriers, the hierarchical system, the rigid system, the monopoly of the state. All these things have gone. First governance problem is adaptation. We have failed to adapt. We know that there are a number of animals like dinosaurs. Dinosaurs disappeared thousands and thousands of years back, but the cockroaches which were there even now survive because it was a sense of adaptation. Because it has a sense of adaptation. We should live like cockroaches so far as the principle of adaptation is concerned. Same words from second essay have picked. Governments also should adapt. Our government is not adapting. Latest technology. Though you can say that they use, but they are very, very late. Even though some are introduced, many don't know. Almost all organizations, all departments have citizens charter. Have citizens charter. Do you know those citizen charter? You may ask me what is a citizen charter? The person who is preparing for civil service is one of the well-educated person or at least well-literate person. If you are not knowing citizens charter, who might be knowing? Do you know that all organizations which are giving services to the people, the public service providers, should specify the quality, quantity, the standards with which they are with which they are giving, with which they are providing the service. And also they have to mention in case of not providing those services, what are the redressal mechanisms? Do you have you do you know the citizen charter of police? Do you know the citizen charter of the municipality? Do you know the citizen charter of fire department, hospital? The only place somehow it's visible to a greater extent is in your banks. Do you know your gram panchayat also should have a citizen charter? Municipality should also have citizen charter. In spite of lot of effort, we are not knowing. This is the state of our affairs after the 20, 30, 40 years. Citizen charter was introduced way back. We are not adapting. We are still acting like dinosaurs. That is not good. We should adapt to the changes taking place around us, fitting traditional vertical system into the new challenges of globalization and devolution and integrating new horizontal systems to the traditional vertical ones. So previously we had the vertical system, the hierarchical thing, everything like center, then it is to state, then it is to district, then it is to like taluk or mandal, then it is to the panchayat, then it is to come to the people. See, it's gone. If you lose like 5%, 10% in these middle things, almost it's gone. There is a hierarchical structure, vertical structure. Now, because of science and technology, because of globalization, we are having horizontal systems. One SMS can reach like all the people of India. Horizontal systems. Now, the organization is flattening. Previously, say for example, a person in higher authority can hardly control or not like supervise maximum 5 to 10 people. Now, he has the capacity to supervise 100 people. Don't you feel like that? Previously, a SP or a collector, if we want to meet, almost always we have to go and take appointment and meet. Now, his number is available with everyone. Horizontal systems are emerging. We are late. Now we are applying, but we are very, very late. In fact, in many respects, we are far late than our neighbors. Our neighbors like even Bangladesh, Nepal. Somehow, if we can compare ourselves to a certain extent, Pakistan and Afghanistan, Sri Lanka is far, far ahead with the things. One of the main reason is adaptation. Second governance problem is capacity. Enhancing government's capability is a in a transformed environment. It's not happening. Increasingly, everywhere, science and technological things are there. Things are changing. We are not only adopting, we are lacking capabilities. Public value management system will have to be modified. Public managers create public value that become very, very important. New public service ethos, very important. New public service ethos like efficiency, accountability, equity, not equality, equity. Equality, which is inclusive, that is equity. I don't want to go into the jargons. So now the ethos like efficiency, accountability also should be incorporated. Strong cadre of technocrats, economics professionals will have to get into the administrative process. It is said that if a strong cadre of the technocrats, economics professionals, all these things, if they don't come into polity, people of good character, people of integrity, if they're not coming into polity, then you should suffer the bad rule by the people who are not with the integrity. If you are not going, other bad people will rule you. So good people should go to polity. Is this clear? Then, next coming to the citizen-centric government. Or your thing, especially the last chapter, probability in governance. In that, what all I am saying, from the law of subsidiarity, you have to use these things. We have got like information sharing, distribution of like utilization, proper utilization of money, proper distribution of the goods, all these things. Okay, how to make the governance citizen centric? How to make citizen at the center of the government? What we have to do for that? Second ARC says that government, in order to be citizen centric, should be participative and transparent. Very, very important. Can you imagine a citizen centric government without participation and being citizen centric? One of the reasons why it has to be transparent is civil servant, the government is meant for the people. These are for the people. Civil servant is a servant of people. People are the masters. Masters have got all the right to see what their servant is doing. Civil servant. Take the logic of a your own, like a person who works in your home, like your servant. Is it true? Is it like? Will you agree if your servant works in a untransparent way? Means he closes the door and he says that I am cleaning inside the room. Do you allow those things? The governance should be transparent. Then only it will be citizen centric. And also, citizens should participate. There are many ways of participation. Now we have to break that vertical thing. Horizontal things are coming up. We have to use science and technology. And it should be effective, efficient, responsive to the citizens. The ethos of serving the citizens should permit all the government organizations. And here, since citizens are the people whom we want to put at the center for evaluating any program, we have to take into consideration what people want. Government organizations should be accountable to the people. One of the primary functions of state is to promote the welfare of its citizens. An evaluation of functioning of the institutions of governments will ultimately have to be based on the satisfaction. Evaluation of the functions of the government, whether the government is working properly or not, should be based on the satisfaction of the people, not whether they are giving like rice, are they giving cycle. No, are people satisfied? That should be the criteria to evaluate the functioning of the programs of the government. In this regard, importance would need to be attached to the voice of the citizens themselves. So what do you mean by the voice of the citizens? People should have the say to say what they want. They should be allowed to tell what are their needs, what are their requirements. They should be given choice what they want. Just don't provide what you need, what you feel that they want. Ask them, give them voice. Evaluate any government programs based on the satisfaction. First and foremost, very important thing, how to make the governance citizen centric. One point on the takeaway for you is evaluating the things with the satisfaction of the people. Satisfaction of the people should be the main concern. And also, you have to give the citizen the voices. Means you have to give them choices. What they want, you have to give what they want. There are some past initiatives which are in the direction of making the government citizen-centric. The Central Vigilance Commission, which was set up after the Santanam Committee report, Lokpal, Lokayukta, Commission on Review of Administrative Laws in 1998, Citizens Charter. What are Citizens Charter? I have explained to you. Any organization which provides services should mention the charters, mention the standards of their services. What is the standard in which they are giving? The amount, the quality, the timing in which you are providing the services. And also, if the standards are not met, what are the remedial measures for the citizen? They have to be conspicuously prepared, taking the citizens, involving citizens, and also they should be put in places where citizens often see. Citizens Charter refers to the standards through which the organization will be giving the services. It has to mention those standards, specify that. Because if it doesn't mention, how will people know that this is the thing which it is giving? If it mentions that this is the standard, take the example of small municipality, citizen charter, water will be supplied on a daily basis. Garbage will be picked up daily. If there is something like this, then people can question that. See, today you have not picked the garbage. Otherwise, they may say no, weekly ones will do. So in the same way, we have got e-governance, very very important. It's revolutionizing the things. It is bringing the people at the center. Then CP grams, computerized public grievance redressal and monitoring system, where you can get your grievance redressed through online right to information. These are some of the initiatives to make the citizen at the center. Is this clear? Any doubt with respect to these things? Next, why citizens are most concerned with stability, transparency, efficiency, and accountability in government. Why? Why people are most concerned about these things? Not they are not concerned about big things. Why they are not concerned about the other things? What is happening to India's foreign relations, India's relation with other countries? Say ordinary peasant, ordinary tribal people concerned with these things. A patwari, a village accountant, is the person whom they meet often. A constable, a sub-inspector, a tahsildar. These are the people. This is their government. What they want is providing the services in a most respectable way. That is the only thing they will be asking. Not harassment at these people. These are the things which are exclusively mentioned in second ARC, my dear friends. So, for an average citizen, is less concerned with the government convictions or the politics or the structures and levels of government departments, but he is concerned with the speed with which he gets the services, the equitable access to the government services, anything, whether they are regulatory or welfare oriented. He wants these services as his doorsteps, isn't it? He's not concerned with like whether the government structure is there or not. What is the government departments doing? How are they working? He's not concerned with that. What he wants is he wants the services to be provided at his doorstep with convenience. That is the reason. That is why stability, transparency, efficiency continue in the governance system that citizens are most immediately concerned. with. That is why our priority in India must be to place citizens at the center of a modern public administration. That is inclusive government. My dear students, very, very important concept. If someone asks what is inclusive government, just mention these things. Placing the citizen at the center of the public administration is called inclusive government. And write all the things. This is clear. So, any doubt with respect to these concepts? First and foremost, my dear friends, just I will sum up the things. After having said these things, one thing is government is a structure, governance is a process. Is it clear? Any doubt with respect to these things? What is governance? Governance means anything you do to increase or maximize the welfare of the people. Anything done to maximize the welfare of the people is governance. Some often refer this as the manner in which decisions are made and implemented. Still, you want to have some more things, you can add, like where the visions of the people, the aspirations of the people, rights of the people, duties of the people, and the redressal of the grievances among them are met. For these things, what all the mechanisms, processes, systems, institutions, all these things which are involved are part of governance. Governance is a broader term which include your government, non-government organization, private organization, civil society, market, everything. Because now the monopoly of the state has gone. The state is retreating. We are saying, please do those things which are basic, bare minimum needed, like law and order. Wherever you are not that capable, give those things to the market. Market is good in some things. This is the concept which is now acting. They say that governance is the act of collectively solving the problems, collective problem solving. Governance is the act of collectively solving our problems. For this, we use an instrument known as government. We were using this instrument. This instrument is not working properly. So we have to remake this one. How to remake this? Market. Give some share to market. Let the market work where it works better. There are some things like defense, law and order, all these things which cannot be given. Welfare of the downtrodden, that cannot be given to private organization. Those things you do. Here the thing is, give market a space where it can do better. Not all the things. Say for example, there is a tribal area where there are only like 50 to 60 voters are there. Election Commission arranges a helicopter to reach them on the election day for 50 people. If it is given to private people, private organization, will it work? Market works always on the principle of demand and supply. And also, private organization is most worried about the profit. That is the reason why they are in business. So, things which private cannot carry on, you keep with the government. Where private is good, you give that to private. In doing all these things, you should not forget one thing, that you should always keep citizen at the center. Is this thing clear for you, my dear friends? With this, I conclude my session. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And also, don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. Use my promo code and get 10% discount. And also, subscribe to my Telegram channel, Buddha IAS Ethics. Happy reading with Unacademy. Don't go away. Just in an hour, we'll be coming up and we'll be discussing very important thing and most confused thing: good governance and ethical governance. Happy learning is